Hey, I thought I'd do a quick port review for Sword of the Guardian. Functionally, it's the same game. However, I haven't been able to get the D-pad to work in portable mode. Originally, I thought it was the fact that I was using the D-pad Joy-Con that came out from Hori, or rather that I got early. But I tried it with the regular basic first-party Joy-Con, and it didn't work either. However, the D-pad seems to be working in docked mode, so I'm not sure if that's a bug or something. I mean, playing the game with the analog stick is... I would say it's not ideal. It's not like it's unplayable, but it's not really enjoyable. So, if that bothers you, if you would like to play with the D-pad, then I would recommend mostly getting this if you want to play in docked mode. However, you can also you can try using a adapter in portable mode and see if it works that way. So, I'll do a little bit of gameplay here. I've pretty much already explained this game before. Now, when this game came out, he did not have... This game was made by a single person. He did not have D-pad support in there at the start. So basically it was added in a future patch, I think like a month later or something like that. So maybe this is like an earlier build of the game that doesn't have that or something. I'll talk to him and let him know that this is an issue. I tested it with 2 Joy-Cons. So the graphics options are obviously gone. The game is... It's not like the prettiest game out there to begin with, so I don't think anybody will really care about that. The game itself, at first glance, it doesn't look too appealing, but the gameplay is actually quite satisfying. I think the defensive options need a little bit of work. You can't, like, dash backwards and stuff like that, but the mechanics are actually really good. Like, the feedback on hitting an enemy feels great, like on par with, a lot of the bigger budget beat 'em ups from the, the heyday. I think once he works out the defensive options, this will be a really good beat 'em up. It still is right now. It's just there are certain aspects of it that feel off. Molotov guys are annoying. Frame rate's been pretty solid. I have noticed it seems to drop a little bit when there's heavy effects going on like this. Other than that, it's fine. See it drop a little bit there. I love how satisfying the hits feel. I wish that the game was a little more visually attractive, but I think the game makes up for it. So the attacks, if you want to see the moveset, basically you have an attack, jump, item, and special button. So it's like a 5-button game. You also have a dash as well, which is the 5th function. Now, originally you only had 2 moves, which kind of made the game feel a little repetitive. But now he added at least 2 moves for every character, so there's a lot more variety. However, you don't seem to be able to switch characters between like during a run. So that kind of makes things a little awkward. You can't like switch when you continue and stuff like that. But other than that, I think the combat's in a pretty good spot right now. Ideally, I would like him to make it so that you could dash backwards. Maybe make the dash a little better and not have so much recovery. I think that would be a way to improve the defensive options. Sometimes I feel like I can't always defend against an attack properly because I can't dash backwards. I have to dash through the enemy sprite and hope that their hitbox doesn't hit behind them. Now the super attack, you see the blue bar there? That's the super bar. Basically, when you use that, it will use some of that bar and it will pretty much be a guaranteed stagger on most of the harder to stagger enemies. Like the bosses or the elites. Like that. This combo. That was pretty sick. The game's pretty generous with lives and health. Normally after like a difficult scene like that, there's almost always a like a health item. And sometimes you get extra lives too. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. That's basically the gist of the game. I should also mention that it's also pretty friendly for a portable setting, which is not common for beat 'em ups. You know, obviously the Switch has sleep mode and stuff, which does help, but this has just straight up like saving and continuing. So if I back out right now, I'll end up at the same spot. I know we've got Smash Brothers and Nintendo Online coming in a couple days, so I know your friend wants to play Smash or Mario Kart or something, and you're playing this, you can easily just kind of drop out and drop back in. Overall, it's a pretty good port. I've noticed some just random oddities, like sometimes the frame rate seems to drop a little bit. The biggest issue right now is the inability to use the D-pad in portable mode, which really hurts the game. I played through half of it with the analog stick, and I just decided it wasn't really worth continuing at that point. I haven't heard back from the developer. I sent him an email a couple days ago, pretty much right after he gave me this review key, and he hasn't responded yet, so I'm not sure if it's something that will be fixed at release, but at the time of recording, the game's going to come out in less than 24 hours, so I assume that it's just some bug that he didn't catch, or maybe this is an earlier build of the game. Like I said, D-pad support was not supported natively on the PC version until a later patch, so maybe this is just an earlier build or something. Anyway, hope this helps you guys make an educated purchasing decision, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.